Hey there, it's Jim and Debbie with episode 67 of the Midday Minute. Debbie, it's good to be back in the saddle, huh?
It sure is. Episode 67.
What are we talking about this month, I mean?
I don't know. I don't think there's really anything going on. This is probably going to be a really quick one.
Just a sleepy time at the old office, right?
Just a sleepy time mid-Marches. Well, Jim, of course, I'm being facetious because it is one of the busiest times for us. We are going to be joined by our youth programs manager, McKenna Cannon.
Our new youth programs manager, right?
Yep. Our newly minted. She started that position on January 31st.
Right.
And she oversees both the hoop shoot and our scholarship programs.
So that's what's new. She's been with us obviously for 4 years or so, right?
Right.
Recently promoted to manager and overseeing both those programs instead of just the hoop shoot.
Just the hoop shoot, right. Many of our viewers may know her from her show, Hoop Shooting Breeze. So this is a crossover. Right. Oh, here she comes.
Here she comes. Today she's slumming on our little program.
Slumming on our program, and we're going to talk about all the incredible things that are actually happening this week.
Can you believe it? It is a jam-packed week for us.
Jam-packed week. So we thought we'd talk about your trip and where we're at in the regional contests and everything else.
Yeah, before we get there, let me just ask this question. You know, I watched your latest episode of Hoop Shooting Breeze, another show, one of our 4 shows on this network. And I'll be honest, I was listening as each name was announced. I'm like, where's me? I'm like the Mel Allen of the hoop shoot.
Whoa, I don't know who Mel Allen is, but I'm sure that's a big deal.
Well, he's in the broadcaster branch of the Baseball Hall of Fame. I'm like, where am I?
I don't know.
So anyway,
we have to bring that up to the selection committee.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a fun show to watch. It must have been quite an undertaking to go through the 50-year history of the program and agree on the inaugural class of Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it absolutely.
How many people were involved in that selection process?
We had a selection committee of 13 individuals made up of mostly former regional directors, as well as longtime friends of the program. Bart Powell for one, and then former national director Cam Cronk was also part of that, which is fantastic. It was really great to have him be part of it.
I talked to Cam last week, and I was really hoping that I was going to be able to talk him into coming out here and joining us for the 50th anniversary of the national finals next month, and he's just not up for traveling. But he was so honored, and I was so thrilled to be part of that process. And, to dust off his notes and then think back through time and relive all of that. And I think he's honored to be part of the Hall of Fame also.
Yeah.
And his wife Linda also posthumously, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So are we expecting any of the Hall of Famers to join us next month?
Yeah. We are. We have quite a few of the contributors, the volunteers that have made the program what it is today coming to the finals. Those are former regional directors and other volunteers. And then we have quite a few competitors, so past national finalists planning on attending. One of them, Zeb Alford, is also a member of our backboard. So he'll be doing double duty over the weekend, which is great.
And Zeb won a championship in what, like 2009, was it?
2009, yeah. He was a finalist.
The longest shoot off in history was 75 additional shots. And he beat out, I think it was Brendan Truman from Utah in that epic showdown.
Yep. So he'll be joining us, as well as Bill Brandsma from Colorado, who won a championship. I can't remember the year, but he won a championship back in the day.
I'm pretty sure he really is in on the strength of. I think he's the one who broke up CJ Cowgill's run of 4 straight championships. I think it would have been 5 if not for Bill beating him in the regionals one year.
Yeah, right? Yeah, and then. Kelly Hughes will be joining us as well. Kelly,
and she was on the backboard a couple of years ago, right?
Yes,
the inaugural backboard. Yes, and we're also waiting to hear. We're waiting to hear from others. They have the end of the month to let us know if they're going to be joining us. So we expect them.
That's exciting. We should point out that Zeb Alford, no relation to fellow Hall of Famer Steve Alford.
That's right.
So
there are siblings on the competitor side, but The Alfords
really?
are not them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Samuelson sisters from California,
Oh, that's right,
Carly and Bonnie are both members of the inaugural class, which is really exciting.
Yeah. Well, so let's talk about this year's Hoop Shoot finals. It's of course, or this year's Hoop Shoot tournament. It's we're in March Madness right now, and Madness is is going for our contest. We're in the midst of regional competition. How many have been completed at this point?
Yeah, we have had 5 of 12 regional contests take place, and the next 7 will be over the next 2 weeks, which is great. So we're right in the middle of it all. This week we're talking to the families from this last weekend, getting them ready to come to Chicago. And I was out at North Central Region 2.
And that's in
and
Rapid City, South Dakota. Yeah. And how was
Rapid
that?
Cities. It was fantastic. It was so great to be out there. Vern Larson, our longtime volunteer, was there. He does such a great job. That team is so fantastic, and it was so nice to be there and be back on the court. I got the opportunity to serve as a ghost scorer for the event, and just being a part of the Hoop Shoot again, live and in person, was fantastic. It was so great. Yeah.
So you mentioned Vern. He's been on your show a couple of times, including this latest episode. And anybody who's been to Hoop Shoot finals knows him as the voice of the contest. But what you might not know is that Vern has been involved with the Hoop Shoot for 49 of its 50 years as a national program, right? At the lodge level, then the state, and as a regional director for a long time.
26 years as a regional director, longest serving currently regional director, which is
and
very
this
inspiring.
Is going to be his last year, so quite a send off, the 50th, and also being inducted into the inaugural class of the Hoop Shoot Hall of Fame.
Going out on top.
Yeah. So were there any surprises in Rapid City? How did the contest play out? Anybody to keep an eye on as
Yeah, there are a couple of
finals?
people to keep an eye on. I mean, it was a really great contest. Everybody did fantastically. There was very consistently over 20s across the board in every division. And quite a few very exciting shootouts for first place too, which is always nerve-wracking and exciting. A familiar face coming back to the finals this year is Allison Graham, our 2020 national champ. She's competing in girls 10 to 11 this year. So she's aged up and scored a perfect 25 out of 25 at the regional contest.
And last year, she in the virtual conclusion posted a perfect score also, and was the the first girl to post a perfect score in the 8-9 division in like 6 years or something.
Long
like that.
time.
Yeah, long time. Yeah, so she's coming back to defend her title. And her sister Cadence is also booked a ticket to the finals, and she scored a 21 out of 25 in 12-13 girls. So
and
really
that's
cool.
Not the only pair of siblings heading to the finals. Right out of the West region, there were 2 Californians also.
Yes,
sisters, I think,
yes,
right?
also sisters. Kira and Kyla Lee are coming out from California, which is really cool. I don't know if I've ever seen this many siblings.
Right.
At the finals. It's pretty cool.
Debbie, care to guess who my personal favorite of the 30 who have punched their tickets so far is?
Yes, a young man by the name of Shakespeare.
The Bard coming out of the West region.
His first name.
Shakespeare.
Gosh, how did that
from Utah?
Yep. Rage Shakespeare.
I'll be pulling quietly for him.
The Bard. Yeah. I love it so much.
It's a fun time of year. I mean, basketball's on everybody's mind right now. All the conference tournaments wrapped up last weekend, and we had the selection show for the NCAA men's tournament on Sunday, and the women's tournament. And for us, we've got Monday Madness around the corner. Once we punch all these tickets, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
The week of the Monday of finals week, we'll be doing our Monday Madness show when we announce the shooting order for the national finals, and that's always a good time, right?
Oh yeah, and then, big things coming around the corner.
Yeah, and another thing I'm really excited about this year is we're hoping anyway, is to be producing on our YouTube channel a broadcast of the finals, not just the static, camera shots, live stream, but an actual broadcast with announcers who maybe one day will be enshrined in the Hall of Fame. We'll see.
Ooh.
So yeah, that's going to be fun. It's going to be, everybody's looking forward to it. Things are coming together. We resolved the baseball labor dispute, which means our Friday Fun Fest is on. We're taking everybody to the White Sox game, which will be great, right?
Yeah, I can't wait. I think it's going to be a really great experience. We did that back in 2019 and everyone loved it. So I think it'll be equally as fun this year.
Everything's coming up hoop shoot, right? Debbie?
Everything is coming up hoop shoot, except for things that are coming up MVS.
That's right. Because that's also happening, right? What are we going to announce tomorrow, or what's happening tomorrow?
Tomorrow afternoon, we will have our top 20 MVS finalists that will be joining us for our virtual leadership weekend on April 9th. So huge week for youth programs. It's really exciting.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So like it would be nice to spread things out over the year, but that's not the way we roll up there. We like it all at once, right?
Yeah.
We're thrill seekers here.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know if you'd mentioned that McKenna joined us on staff in October of 2017 in the scholarship office. So she was well positioned to take on the youth programs position and have a foot firmly in the hoop shoot and in the scholarship programs, because that's where she started out. So we're super excited to have her at the helm with scholarships as well. And this is always such an exciting time, of course, for we talk a lot about the hoop shoot and a lot about the lead up to March Madness, but this is an incredibly exciting time for the MBS program. So here we go.
Can't wait.
So what else? What else this weekend? We've got 6 more regional finals.
We have so we have 5 regional contests taking place. Wait. Yes.
Okay.
No, six.
Outliers.
Yeah, I was right.
Yep,
right?
2 outliers. So there's 6 this weekend, 1 the following.
Yeah.
Yep, to get the final 7. And yeah, that'll be more possible returners from that group. A Cogill is competing down in Texas. So look out for that. Some other familiar names as well, like Gabby Bradley, who was in the 2019 finals. So she's competing down in Georgia. So lots of familiar faces hoping to book their tickets back to the finals, which is really exciting.
That is exciting. It's awesome.
It's also so encouraging to know that so many of the contestants from the 2019 contest stuck with it and are, that we're seeing their names again.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, it's fun. We had shades of 2020 in is it the Southeast Central region? Is that the regional finals in Maryland?
Yes, Region 10, yes.
Region 10 was hit by a severe snowstorm on the day of the contest. And they were, so it kind of took us all back, right, briefly to to March of 2020, when we were dealing with the pandemic, forcing us to cancel contests. But they improvised, and they were able to hold that contest in the banquet hall of Frederick's. Is it Frederick Lodge?
Yep, Frederick Lodge. Yeah.
In their banquet hall, which used to be a gym, and they had to remove ceiling tiles to make room for the baskets and the trajectory of a shot. But they did it. They got the regionals done.
It's incredible. It shows grit. To want to be able to do that.
That sort of adaptability might not have been possible. I mean, it would have been a much bigger deal, right, to get our minds around.
Yeah.
Before.
So there's, I would say there's definitely a feeling that we're not going to let anything stop us this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
We want to get to the finals and safely, of course. But we're all looking forward to it. It's going to be great. So
yeah, we can't wait.
All right, we're packing the arena. Yeah, come join us April 30th, right? And there's still an opportunity for those of you who would like to win a free trip to the finals. to contribute $50 or more to the Hoop Shoot Fund this year for one more shot at winning a golden ticket, which is an all expense paid trip for two to the Hoop Shoot Finals, right? So that's exciting too.
The last drawing will be April 1st.
April 1st, that's it.
And that's no joke.
That is no fooling. We're gonna do that one more time. And that's it. Any final thoughts, McKenna? What's next on the big show on Hoop Shoot?
Yeah. Oh, next on the Hoop Shooting and Breeze show. I'm not sure. We have not booked our next guest, so stay tuned for the next show, and we'll see what is coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, it sounds like you have the same showrunner we do. What are we gonna do today?
I like to think on the fly. Keep it loose,
Right. All right, McKenna. Well, thanks for joining us. I know you've been busy.
Thank you.
Busy time.
All right, McKenna.
All right. Thank you.
All
right. Bye-bye.
All right. Well, McKenna Cannon and the Hoop Shoot rolling right along. 30 finalists to punch their tickets and an additional 36 this weekend. So we're getting there.
Yeah.
So.
As I was saying, there was Region 7 was the first contest to start, and that was the last weekend of February. And then Region 1 will be the last contest, and that's the last weekend of March. So pretty heavy on mid March weekend. So we're excited about that. I was going to be remiss to not mention the fact that there is an Elks Scholar Service trip happening in Chicago starting today.
Right.
Yeah, so 11 Elk Scholars from across the country are coming to Chicago to serve in the name of the Elks this week in Chicago. They'll be here at the Elks headquarters and memorial tomorrow morning for a tour. And then they're heading out to Lincoln Park Community Services to serve in the morning. And then they're going off to the Lakeview Food Pantry later in the day. And then on Thursday, they'll be volunteering for the day at Care for Friends. So pretty excited about that. Our Elk Scholar Fellow, Grace Roebuck, is heading it up. So with her involved, it'll be 12 total, which a nice dozen, which is really a nice amount of volunteers to kind of keep together at these, the various service sites. So I don't know if you're going to be around in the morning, but they will be. So keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
Good. And then, of course, the canceled service trip in the winter that was to go to Seattle has been rescheduled for Seattle at the end of May, right before Memorial Day. So they'll be in Seattle serving in the name of the Elks the week of May 23rd.
Yeah.
So real excited about that.
Yesterday, you and I had an opportunity to visit with an old friend, platinum level donor, John Buzza. Currently a member of Sun City West Lodge, I think, in Arizona. Sun City Lodge.
Sun City.
And he was in town and stopped by, and we went out to lunch with him and then gave him a tour of the building, introduced him to some staff. We hadn't seen him in a few years. It was nice to reconnect with John.
Yes, absolutely. I don't know if anybody follows John on Facebook, but if they do, it seems as if he is active on Facebook and will be probably chronicling his tour here at the building. And just so everybody knows, Jim took quite a few of those pictures, but John didn't let him go at just a one and done. He looked at them and he asked Jim to do it again. So how many pictures did you take of him in front of
I'm just going to say this. John is more vain than my daughter, Jane. He's pretty vain. So I had to take lots of pictures. Yes.
I appreciate it. And you know what? God bless anybody who just travels around with a selfie stick.
Oh yeah. Right.
He just had it at the ready.
Yep. So, okay. Well, I think that about wraps up this episode, right?
Yeah. You know what? We're going to bring McKenna back for episode 68, and we're going to announce who our top MVS winners are for the 2022 contest.
That's always a fun episode. Yeah. So we will be doing that next month. So please join us then. In the meantime, if you made it this far, why don't you give us a thumbs up if you like this episode, or a thumbs down if you haven't. Either way, share it far and wide with your social network so everybody can hear about the Hoop Shoot and scholarships and all the great things we're talking about. If you're not already subscribing to our YouTube channel, hit that button and tap the bell so you'll be notified every time we post new content like hoop shooting degrees or taking a sip or 20 for 20 or videos from one of our or more of our service trips or stuff content coming out for the national finals. All sorts of reasons to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So we'll catch you next month. Until then, thanks for watching and take care, everyone.
Bye.
Go hoop shoot.